A few years into my aviation career, I did a 60-turn spin. I didn't realize it, but it was actually a world record. Mathematics plays a role in determining the safety of every flight that happens. You don't need to be a mathematician to be a pilot, but seeing aviation through a mathematician's lens, to me, has been really illuminating. Just knowing some of these concepts at a deeper level can really help pilots fly their airplanes more safely. The way that a wing generates lift is actually pretty complicated. The lift created by an airplane is equal to the air density over 2 times the wing area times the velocity squared times the coefficient of lift. The coefficient of lift is just really a code word for angle of attack. So that's the angle with which the chord line of the wing meets the air. Bernoulli noted that when you have air that's traveling with a faster velocity, it creates a lower pressure environment. So on top of the wing, you have a lower pressure environment. The bottom of the wing, you have higher pressure, so you get a net force in the upward direction. An airplane, when it goes through certification, must be shown to withstand various loads. So when you're flying along in an airplane in cruise flight, you feel exactly like like I'm sitting in this chair. It feels exactly the same. But if the airplane banks, you feel pulled into your seat, so the load factor goes up. Load factor is the lift created by the airplane divided by its weight. And there's a point at which airplanes can't take a load factor that's too high. When pilots maneuver their airplanes and they increase the load factor, it's possible that they could damage their airplane, or even worse. Every aircraft can only be loaded with a maximum weight, but even more is true, the balance point of that airplane. If you took a pin, for example, and held it underneath the airplane and found out the place where it balanced, the way the pilot chooses to load the airplane affects exactly where that balance point is going to be. So for any flight we take, including when you get on a passenger airplane, somebody has been out there ensuring that the balance point is within a very small range. If it goes outside of that range, the flight would be unsafe. Turn radius is a function of aircraft airspeed. It's a function of the square of airspeed. So that means that if you double your airspeed, you'll actually quadruple your turn radius. And if you cut your airspeed in half, you cut your turn radius in a quarter. So that shows you the profound effect that velocity has on turn radius. And whenever an airplane needs to make a really tight turn, for example, one that's been flying in the mountains, if the pilot gets him or herself into a situation where they need to make a tight turn, then that shows you that reducing the airspeed will help you make that turn more effectively. There have been a number of situations where an airplane gets into an accident because the pilot didn't decrease the airspeed sufficiently to make that tight turn. So it's important. These are important concepts. Aviation is intellectually stimulating, it's exciting, and it's just been a wonderful way for me to express my mathematical self. What I love the most about flying is it still, to this day, feels like magic to me.